I'm literally sitting here about to react to an article made by Sports Illustrated about why the NBA should suspend Kyrie Irving, and literally as I'm about to record it, the Brooklyn Nets release a statement suspending Kyrie Irving. Over the last several days, we have made repeated attempts to work with Kyrie Irving to help him understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate. We believe that taking the path of education in this challenging situation would be the right one, and thought that we had made progress with our joint commitment to eradicating hate and intolerance. Keep that in mind. We were dismayed today when given an opportunity in a media session that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity but failed to clarify. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism when given a clear opportunity to do so is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. So basically, you don't want to do what we tell you to do, so we're just going to kick you out. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that addresses the harmful impact of his conduct, and the suspension period served is no less than 5 games. So you want to sit here and say, okay, Kyrie Irving, you didn't do what we told you to do. You didn't want to get in front of cameras and apologize, yet you don't want to detail what it is that he did wrong, because based on every piece of information that is public, all Kyrie did was post a screenshot or a link to a movie that's on Amazon for purchase. Yet nobody who's going around saying Kyrie Irving is spreading all this hate, Kyrie Irving is being hateful to this group of people, has chastised or criticized Amazon for having this on their website. Well, Leon, that's a little bit different. Kyrie Irving is a basketball player who inspires a young generation to follow their dreams to being a basketball star. Amazon is just a website. You mean to tell me nobody shops on Amazon? You mean to tell me nobody buys films on Amazon? You mean to tell me nobody purchases anything on Amazon? There's stores who get called out for doing things that are deemed racially insensitive, and they wipe things from their platform. How is it that all these people have this issue with Kyrie, yet they're not pinpointing anything specific about this film to the point where I'm going to purchase it and watch it myself just to see and be informed about what type of hate is in this film, yet none of these people want to bring up Amazon? And if you listen to what Kyrie says in response to all these reporters hounding him to apologize, he's saying he doesn't spread any hateful rhetoric and he knows who he is.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs? Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
To hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind you said I didn't mean to cause any harm. Were you apologizing or did you not apologize?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your own morals?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
So at the end of the day, nobody trying to hound him and trying to pretend that they're sticking up for anybody is going to convince him that he is somebody hateful when he wakes up and realizes, hey, this is who I am. I'm going to spread this message to my people. And if you don't like it, perfectly fine. It's not intended for you. It's intended for the people who are a part of his tribe, who are a part of his group, people who think like them, people who know the same thing he knows, but they don't have as much information as he does. You can talk about how it's hateful, but I would need for you to describe in what part is this hateful, because you can give me these think pieces, you can give me the buzzwords, you can say how it's offensive, but I need you to be a little bit more descriptive in this, because I'm not seeing anybody do that, and it makes me want to side with Kyrie even more. And yes, I said it earlier, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to purchase this film just to see what is so hateful about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the issue is. All I know is that people put a buzzword on it, and now it makes me interested to see what it's all about. Maybe I'll do a review on it, maybe I won't. won't. But for this suspension is absolutely pointless. Kyrie did nothing that goes against any rules. He's just not doing what you want him to do. He's not doing the thing that you deem would be acceptable, which in the current society, apologies wouldn't really do much. People will say, oh, you apologize, but we want you to do this thing also. We want you to go to this place and speak on this. We want you to completely embarrass yourself and say, hey, I said these things and now I no longer believe them. We want you to give money to this group only for that same group to say, oh, it's nothing but a PR stunt to make people not talk about you anymore. There's no pleasing a group of people who already hate you. And I'm sorry to Kyrie, but he's going to have to deal with this for a long period of time. And hopefully he knows who he is so he doesn't have to sit here and be bullied by a bunch of random people saying these buzzwords, trying to make him feel ashamed for knowing who he is as a person. And if that upsets you, maybe you should check yourself at the door instead of worrying about how other people view themselves when they look in the mirror. And if it's such a problem that people are going to sit here and continue to chastise only Kyrie, we got a problem with understanding what people mean and what they say and who we should really be upset at. Because again, for the third time in this video, I'm shocked, not really, that more people are upset at Kyrie and not Amazon when Amazon is the one making a partial profit from this. You talk about educating people, you're talking about challenging their beliefs, but you didn't do any of that here. You chastised him, you criticized him, you made fun of him, you suspended him, you cut his pay, you want him to do all these random tasks just so that people can notice it and say, hey, he's changed his ways in a matter of nothing but a week, yet the problem is still going to exist. People are going to think a certain way differently from other people. Everybody watching this video has a different opinion about something on the earth. Some people have research to back it up. Some people have weird catchphrases and they will use them on people who disagree. You're not getting anything done doing that side of the tactic. You're not going to get people on your side to realize, hey, this basketball player should just shut up and dribble and not speak about any different group of people. It's going to make people listen to him and say, what do you have to offer to this equation? What statistics, what research, what information do you have to bring? And he's going to show them a documentary and they're going to watch it and they're going to come up with their own opinions, whether if they agree or whether if they disagree. And if you don't allow that, you create a problem where people feel as though they can't ostracize their own freedom of thought and able to articulate it to a mass of people who are just going to call them homophobic, transphobic, anti-Semitic, racist, and all these other different buzzwords, because in a world full of people who think they're right all the time, they're always going to use an underhanded bullying tactic to silence somebody who's speaking their own opinion. And for Kyrie, it's absolutely a shame, because in a world where people got mad at basketball players to the point where they told them to shut up and dribble, and we all said that was a little bit unfair, it's funny how that same group of people who was saying that was wrong are doing it again because it's something they don't like. So subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.
I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.